This Players Championship edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WynnBet. WynnBet is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. From boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds, WynnBet has what you need to win. Sign up today, bet 100, get 100 at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. State restrictions apply. We're also brought to you by the SGPN merch store. Head over to store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com and use promo code MADNESS for 10% off orders of $40 or more.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
Long, Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Well, I'm ready to go golfing, Sean.
Okay.
I'm sitting over here, USA. And let me get the Shady Rays on now.
You got your Shady Rays shades on.
You got to make sure you're not going to get the retinas burned. Long story short, they don't say this in the read, but you're also protecting your retinas from being burned by the sun.
Yes, exactly. ShadyRays.com, promo code SGPN. Man, we got a show for you. We're going to be joined here in just a moment by the Golf Gambling Podcast guys. Going to walk through the Players Championship, aka the 5th major, as I've been informed. And yeah, a lot of good stuff there. Give out our picks, do a little bit of our DFS idol where we try and pitch our DFS picks and they make fun of them. Lot to go on. And we have breaking news. We have an awesome big contest coming out. So if you go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/golf party to enter, very easy to enter. All you need to do is be subscribed to Sports Gambling Podcast YouTube channel and the Golf Gambling Podcast YouTube channel as well. The links are in there. We're going to be randomly drawing a winner, and that winner gets a 3-night stay out at Circle Las Vegas. We're going to be hanging out, doing live broadcasts there from the cabana for the Masters, April 5th to 8th. So you get a 3-night stay out there at Circle Las Vegas. You get to hang out with us. You get to hang out in the cabana. It's going to be awesome. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/golf party to get your entry in there.
I will have a snorkel mask with me. And Sean,
yes.
A little worried if your company doesn't let you navigate to a URL that has golf party because it's too similar to lemon party. Let us know. We'll get you the link directly.
Yes, I'm sure that is a huge issue for people. They've blocked out Sports Gambling Podcast is fine, but golf party, that's where that's
who
where
knows. Did you look that up first? Did you check it before you made it? You called this thing a golf party?
All right. What do we got? Oh, and of course, obviously we're brought to you by WynnBet. Bet big, win bigger. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. Get that $100 free bet 100, get 100. Again, state restrictions apply. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet so they know we sent you. Offer subject to change, terms and conditions at WynnBet.com. Must be 21 and older and present in the state where play through WynnBet is available. If you're someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Joining us on the line, a guy who definitely doesn't have a gambling problem, Mr. Boston Capper. What's happening, Capper?
What's up, boys? How are you, man? You guys, what'd you crack over there? LaCroix, Ryan?
I did. Thank you for asking.
Yes, Ryan has a LaCroix problem. If there is LA for LaCroix Anonymous, Ryan certainly needs to be in there.
What's the problem?
We get pallets dropped off, and
we just got a shipment.
I'm in charge of the water ordering at the office, and Ryan comes up to me like that Dave Chappelle meme where he's like, "Hey, got any more of those LaCroix? We're running low. We're desperately low." Joining us as well, co-host on the Golf Gambling Podcast, Mr. Steve Schirmer. What's happening, Steve?
Oh, not much. Thanks for having us back on. I always love coming on this show and breaking down all the different grass types in golf. I know you guys always love that when I go real deep into running, but Absolutely love being here. The Players Championship is great. Boston Capper is going to be going there. It's right in his backyard. Really looking forward to breaking this down tonight with you guys.
And of course, we will be talking about a POA and bent overseed. Yeah,
we got a lot.
You thought I wasn't coming with heat?
Ryan already dropping some deep golf knowledge. Well,
apologies. Colby's not here to bounce bad ideas off.
Well, before we get to the all the Players Championships picks that we like, Steve Schirmer, got to get your reaction. Danny Dimes has been extended. The deal got done. They got your guy. What and franchise Saquon Barkley. I wouldn't say joyous look on your face right now. Skeptical is how I would describe it. What's your instant reaction to the contract, Steve?
Well, I mean, first it kind of saves me money because I don't have to go buy another Giants jersey because I still have my Saquon Barkley one, so that's nice. My second reaction, that's probably what $160 million, 15 passing touchdowns. That's like $10.7 million for passing touchdown this year. That's great. Look, like the Giants didn't have a whole lot of great options this year. They were way better than what people thought they were going to be. I mean, they can't trade up to get another quarterback. I mean, are we really going to pay $5 million less a year to Derek Carr, Geno Smith? Like, it's not really a whole lot of options there. So I think this is kind of a little bit more of a stopgap. I haven't seen how much guaranteed money it's going to be, but do I love that we're giving $40 million to a guy that I think has, maximized his ceiling to maybe Alex Smith at this point? Not really, but Dayball has been really good to the guy. He really, I'm excited to see what happens next year. Maybe we get a couple of receivers and open up the offense a little bit. Hopefully Daniel Jones can actually take that next step instead of kind of just being the guy he's been. But I mean, I think, they can continue to progress on offense. I still don't think this is a guy who's going to lead us to a Super Bowl. I'm still waiting for that big savior. But, at this point, there weren't really a lot of better options. I guess we just had to eat the money and bring him back.
It's too fun. I guess we just had to eat the money was a great summary.
Jumped in.
That should be a drop, by the way. That needs to be a drop. Every time, instead of the Daniel Jones songs, it needs to be, I guess we had to eat the money every time.
There was a lot of Ryan Tannehill comps going on in the office when the news broke.
Well, I think from the perspective that he's not going to be paid. Like right now, Ryan Tannehill is probably 15th, 14th in terms of average annual value. We can play the game. Look, I think what it comes down to is Daboll seems like he knows what the fuck he's doing, and he wants this guy. Otherwise, I don't think he would be back.
Yes,
like that's my big argument. And I think when the dust settles and we see the guarantees, it sounds like this is going to shake out more like a 2-year contract. It does sound like there's $80-ish million in guarantees, so that's not that's much smaller than 40 a year over 4 years. And at the end of the day, again, if Daboll, our Lord and Savior Brian Daboll, if he believes in this man, I'm good with it. I'm good with all of this. This is exactly what I said was going to happen too. So
be careful with that in Dayball, like in Bill we trust type stuff.
Oh, interesting.
Right? Once that quarterback goes away, that trust starts to erode.
Yeah, once you lose quickly. Daniel Jones, it's all downhill. You can't just rely on him to take you to.
And I'm enjoying how
6 Super Bowls.
Dan Jones is turned into the villain, like because Lamar isn't getting a contract, it's Dan Jones's fault.
That is a great.
People are upset.
I mean, it's the internet. People are, Lamar Jackson doesn't have a contract, but Daniel Jones does. I'm sure Lamar Jackson got good offers, and
he wants the Deshaun Watson deal.
Maybe don't hire Lamar Jackson. Yeah.
Lamar Jackson made that mistake of hiring Lamar Jackson.
Let's talk about the golf. People are here to talk TPC. The Sawgrass, we love it all. Capper, you were actually at this event last year. Yeah. What are your takeaways from seeing it live?
So I go every year, like since I've been down here. It was even before I picked up golf. It's just like a patty for the whole town. Like the night before,
you didn't even realize there was a golf event. You're just there drinking, and then they're like, "What are you doing with this golf?"
The chicken patty. What, like a steak patty?
No,
what are we doing?
No, it's a big patty, man. A golf patty, as you would say.
Oh, we love golf parties
it's a baby
here.
Fucking wheel, man.
I don't know what a golf patty is, though.
Yeah, but listen, the whole like it used to be in May, so like it was around Mother's Day, so they like focus on like the mothers on Sunday. Like everybody in town goes. You run into 9,000 people down here. It's a big community thing. It's really good for the community too. Last year really sucked with the weather. Like hurt a lot of small businesses, restaurants, bars, and things like that. So we're really hoping that this year it's a lot better weather-wise, and that way. It provides the economic stimulus to the area.
He answered that like a councilman or something. You getting into politics?
You running for office?
Way too many skeletons in my closet, boys.
She should have gotten out of the car herself.
You ever driven off a dock, Capper?
Well,
not Chappaquiddick. No.
Any crazy stories from hanging out, watching TPC Sawgrass?
So the first year I was at TPC, I hadn't picked up golf yet, but everybody was leaving the office to go to the golf tournament. I was like, well, let's go. We went on the Wednesday practice round, and I was there with a couple wholesalers and some of my buddies, and so two of the wholesalers are members, and it starts to fucking pour down rain, right? So we get to go into the clubhouse, and so where everybody like eats and does shit like that. And on Wednesday night before, I think it's Tuesday now, but usually on the Wednesday night before, they used to do a concert. Right. And so me and my buddy are sitting there soaked. Everybody's getting rained on outside, and we're in like the dining room. I'm like, all right, I need to smoke a butt real quick. And so I go out these doors, and there's Luke Bryan out on the stage, like performing for everybody. And I'm like behind, and I'm like, what is going on? Of course, I'm hammered already. And I'm smoking a cigarette. There's like a 5-star general to my life. It's usually military appreciation night as well. So there's like all these guys in like their Class A Army uniforms, Marine uniforms, and I'm like smoking a cigarette in like my Kyle Yastrzemski like Boston Red Sox t-shirt. And I'm like behind the crowd. I'm trying to see if any of my buddies are out there. I'm like, yeah, what's up? Just behind Luke Bryan, no idea, just ripping butts next to 5-star generals. No idea what I'm doing yet. Like fucking 26 years old, 27 years old. It was fun.
So, I mean, it sounds like a party, not quite the Waste Management, but still a pretty good hang, and should be an exciting event. Steve, you are the course expert. You're the official greenskeeper, besides Ryan here in studio, but like the official greenskeeper of SGPN. What's going on to the course, and what are we thinking here? What are the latest updates? I know this is a Pete Dye venue. What do we got in store for the golfers?
Well, so Capper alluded to earlier that this event used to be in May, used to be on Mother's Day, but back a couple of years ago they moved it to March to make it kind of its own standalone event before all the majors. And what happened there was a big agronomy change. So normally in May there's all Bermuda grass, and now they made it overseeded ryegrass. It's very sticky grass. It's the stickiest of the ickiest grass in the golf world. But what that also did though was for years. One of the things about TPC Sawgrass, it's very just odd and quirky off the tee. It's not visually appealing. Capper can definitely speak to this. He's played it a couple of times. It looks like nothing you can really see ever before. Like, between bunkers pinched in, where you have to drive it. There's really weird greenside surrounds too. It's a very uncomfortable golf course. But one of the things that the overseed did though was it kind of reduced the need to hit it in the fairway. Now, you still had to hit it on the correct side of the hole, because if you're out of position on a Pete Dye golf course, you're going to get punished. But the ball sits up a little easier on ryegrass, a little easier to make ball first contact. So they looked at that this year, and they actually made a change. They actually grew up the rough a little bit. So last year was 2.5 inches of ryegrass rough. Now it's going to be 3.5. And they also added a couple of things that, there's always a trademark Pete Dye mogul mounds off the fairways. They made them a little more severe this year. They steepened the faces of the bunkers. They added a couple of pop bunkers around a couple of the greens too. So I think what they wanted to do was they wanted to bring back a lot of the Pete Dye characteristics to TPC Sawgrass. It's been kind of softened over the years. And I think to actually make it a little more penal off the tee, if you actually miss a fairway, it's not going to matter now if you actually miss on the correct side, quote unquote. It's going to hurt. We saw last week at Bay Hill, that's 3.5 inch ryegrass left. It's a little bit of a luck box. Sometimes the ball sits up, sometimes it's sunk and you can't advance the ball. So, sometimes you get to a tournament where if it's like that, no one's hitting fairways, you kind of want to gravitate towards bombers. This is not that type of golf course though. They didn't shrink the fairways at all. It's not an overly long golf course. Sometimes it takes the driver out of your hand. I really think you got to hit in the fairway this week. Otherwise, if you're either out of position or you're trying to hit into these greens, and the green regulation rate is going to go down. And the one thing you really can't do on a Pete Dye golf course, and Capper can definitely speak to this too, is the green side surrounds are just nasty. Between little tiny hula hoop bunkers, mounds, uneven lies, it's a nightmare trying to get up and down there. So I think you're going to really want to target a guy that is comfortable hitting a TPC Sawgrass, typically drives the ball well there, but is going to gain a lot of fairways too. And that's kind of a lot of the guys I ended up betting this week.
So I forgot how fun it is to hear Steve say penal.
Yeah. Well, and what is it? Agronomy? Agronomy. I always forget the word, and then I'm like, oh great, Steve's back. I can relearn this word. It's like
that the names of all the Asian golfers that you mispronounce.
Yes, I specifically avoided them, not out of any sort of preference, but just I gave myself some layups in my DFS lineup just for pronunciation.
Lots of Sullivan and O'Shea's.
Look out. In there. What about the big dogs? Rory McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler, Jon Rahm. Capper, which of these are the chalky play you like, or are you steering clear of all three? Where are you weighing in on the favorites here?
So as far as like DFS goes, you're gonna get an ownership discount on Rahm, right? Because he's so high priced at 11.8. It's gonna make people very uncomfortable, especially when he literally had his worst performance off the box last week than he has literally his entire career. He almost lost 7 strokes off the box. Unheard of. It was just absolute trash. But I mean, if the ownership's only going to be like a 2 or 3% discount, I mean, I prefer Scotty over both of them. I am not fond of Rory McIlroy personally.
Wow.
What's that? Wait,
what
did he do?
He spit on you at the Luke Bryan concert?
This sounds like Colby with the DJ in Spain.
Sounds very personal.
No. Oh, this is some deep seated, like he's the wrong Northern Irish type shit. Like my grandfather downloaded it to me a very long time ago, and I can't shake for whatever reason. That's pretty much the fucking main reason. Andy's kind of a douche and a tool, and like I don't know. Lots of people love him, so I get a lot of backlash for not liking Rory McIlroy, but I don't like him. So
he was kind of hyped up as the next Tiger. Had like a small window, and then really never kind of left unfulfilled. So it's like if you're going to be a dick or whatever, or come in with a bunch of hype, you got to deliver. You know what I mean?
Ireland's not like the SEC. You're not rooting for each other.
No, definitely exact opposite.
Exact opposite. Correct. Yeah.
So
I like Scotty. I like Scotty. His performances here aren't great. But he looked good last week at API. If he had done anything with his putter at all, he would have won the tournament. Scotty just defies everything. Like you look how he fucking hits the ball off the box, his weird feet, everything. But he's always there. He's always just fucking lurking. And so I'm taking Scotty, man. If I'm taking somebody up here, I'm taking Scotty. I'm gonna avoid Rahm because the discount isn't as much. If it was like a 5 to 6, 7% difference, then I'd take Rahm. But I thought it would be a lot more early in the week. It looked like it was going to be a bigger gap. But other than that, and I'll skip Rory because he's a choking dog. Like last week, he had every opportunity to fucking win that tournament, and he doesn't go get it. That's what he doesn't do. So I'll skip on Rory.
So Rory's plus 950, Scotty Scheffler 10-1, Jon Rahm 11-1. Any of those interesting, Steve, as a chalky favorite, or how do you feel about the big three here?
I mean, I just as far as a betting perspective goes, I can't ever get that low. I think the lowest I bet this year was 14-1, and actually it hit. It's for Scotty Scheffler, but I mean that just really reduces how much you can really bet on your card. You can't bet everybody. It's golf. There's 150 guys. What has been happening though is, and I've been kind of on this, it changed my betting philosophy ever since a lot of these live guys left. It took a lot of the upper to middle class guys away. And it's really messed with the odds board. So a lot of guys used to get like 125 to 151. Now all of a sudden they're maybe like 80 to 190 to 1. It's kind of changed exactly what the definition of a long shot is and who can actually win. Now, like all these guys moved up the odds board in a single tournament. They didn't get any better though. So that's why we've been seeing a lot of guys at the top of the board because they're just so much better than a lot of these middle-class guys that are left on the PGA Tour, that there's less of them to beat if there is kind of a surprise, and they're just so much better that's why since the PGA Championship last year, we've only seen 3 guys 100-1 or worse actually win a golf tournament. And it tends to be guys, even I don't think there's anyone even between like 60 and 75 to 1 who's actually won. I mean, depending on your prices. So, you know, for a betting philosophy, I try and stick to the range between like high teens to like 60, maybe go to 70, 80 to 1. That can be beneficial this week at TPC Sawgrass because it can be unpredictable. But as far as the big three at the top there, I actually prefer Jon Rahm. I don't mind what happened last week. Obviously, he was awful off the tee. Everything else was good. Iron play was good. Scrambling putting was all fine. The fact that he can actually hit driver a little less at this golf course, I think it's a big benefit. One of the things he's been working on over the last couple of year or so was developing a really good stock shot with his 3-iron or 3-wood off the tee. They hit a really nice tight draw. That's really important. There's a lot of holes that go, you know, either shaped right to left or left to right, where you have to hit a draw, have to hit a fade, have to hit the ball both ways. And now that Jon Rahm, who's always for years just hit that padded fade, now the fact that he could actually have a really reliable right to left shot, I think it's going to help him this week. So I think he's going to be fine off the tee. He's always driven it well here. Rory is going to be super popular in DFS. And then with Scotty, you know, I heard the professional golfer, he talked about Sawgrass, and he said that guys who tend to hit it, you know, prefer to hit a fade, tends to have a little trouble with TPC Sawgrass. And that actually makes sense. Some guys actually, like a Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka, notorious faders of the ball, haven't had a lot of success at Sawgrass, and neither has Scotty Scheffler. So that actually might be a reason why he hasn't done well here. So that's an automatic kind of like red flag for me. So up at the top, I like Rahm. I won't be betting him. There's other things on my card that I'll put out tomorrow that I actually will do with him. For DFS, if I am getting a discount ownership, I actually like going to Rahm because there's a lot of guys in the $8,000 range that I really like this week that I think are going to win this tournament, that I feel comfortable going to Rahm. You know, if he wins, say la vie, but I think he's going to finish top 10 and then try and get the winner with a lot of guys I like in the $8,000 range and do it comfortably and still put a lineup together that I actually really enjoy. Well,
and now you mentioned the long shots there. I know Kurt Kitayama was
help you out.
He was 100 to 1. He hit that long shot just recently, and
last week.
Only the second winner, 100 to 1 or more since last year's PGA Championship in May. At Boston Capper, any guys triple digits that you think are kind of frisky here?
I mean, so here's the thing: like, if any tournament's gonna have it, like this one could be it, just because there's water everywhere and there's so many fucking penalties. But I mean, I'm just gonna stick to. I had to change my philosophy as well. Like, I'd fucking never bet like that high. The only time I ever bet like a 10 to 1, or is that what I got Rahm at the Open last year?
Yeah, because of the narrative, and you're just
because of the narrative, and they took it away from COVID. Like, he came out, they pull him off in the fourth round. I was like, there is no fucking way Jon Rahm is not winning this. So I think that was my only outright bet of the week, and it hit. And last week it was the first time I bet at fucking Rory. I think I got him at 10 to 1 or 11 to 1, and he came in second. Like, it's just the betting landscape. Like, Kitayama gives me a little bit of hope, but at the same point, like, I don't know. That's like a one-off. And if I miss a long shot here and there, if 9 times out of 10, somebody 35 or 40 and under is going to win, then that's who I'm going to bet.
Yeah. Like, I mean, with betting long shots in golf, like, listen, there's a lot of ego involved, saying like, all right, I got 100 to 1, 150 to 1. We see a lot of these guys when growing up, like, you know, hit, but at the end of the day, you know, you're betting 4, 5, 6 of these guys in your betting card. It's really a numbers game, and just getting as many opportunities to have guys in the mix, and then you kind of fall into it. And just what's been happening within the last year or so is just like top of the board. They're always in the mix. It seems like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, studs are just fighting for it on Sunday. You're better off just trying to pick a couple of those guys and then just see what happens, versus trying to pick the long shot out of 100 golfers that are long shots and trying to pick the correct one, which is difficult too. Because no one was on Kitayama last week either. So that's another pitfall with that.
Yeah, it is that back and forth. We actually have a grass question in the YouTube chat.
Oh, this is perfect.
Dylan O'Donnell wants to say, Rye typically grows fast. Could we get growth over the 3 days? And I'm assuming that's question is for Steve.
That's definitely for Steve. It is not for me.
Rye whiskey is for
we definitely could. If we get some rain, it definitely could do that. I think the fact that, you know, the PGA Tour wants to present TPC Sawgrass as just this pristine Augusta National type. I think they're going to try and keep the rough at 3.5 inches and not let it grow out. But you're right. Like there are definitely times when you get to a ryegrass overseeded golf course and you get a little bit of rain, that stuff can grow from 3 inches to 4 inches very quickly. So, we'll see. It really depends on what the tournament directors want to do. It seems like they just want to keep it very controlled and even keeled throughout the tournament. So I think it probably will remain the same, but regardless, so 3.5 inch ryegrass rough is very difficult already. These guys are going to have trouble, especially if you're a shorter hitter without a lot of club head speed to swing out of it. That's going to give some issues if you're finding the rough a lot at Sawgrass.
Kramer, I think it's that time. Let's do a little DFS idol, and of course,
do we have any music for DFS idol?
No, we don't.
Well, maybe we can go with the UFC music.
Yeah, we'll get that going. But before, we got to shout out Shady Rays. Oh, look at these things popping on the Shady Rays sunglasses. Cannot wait to actually just they're perfect for golf, and that polarization is great. Great for hitting the slopes. And again, Shady Rays, independent company, world-class product. They offer insane protection when it comes to eyewear. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by their lost and broken replacements policy. If you break one pair, even on day one, they will fix it for you. That's the ultimate mulligan. I mean, come on, could you imagine? It's essentially the breakfast ball of sunglasses. Wear your Shady Rays with confidence because you have they have your back in case something goes wrong. Again, look at these fire shades. They are amazing. I know I can see Capper in the stream. It's just, oh man, I got to get my hands on one of those Shady Rays sunglasses. Again, go to shadyrays.com, use the promo code SGPN, get 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades that are rated 5 stars by over 200,000 people. Are you kidding me? That's shadyrays.com, promo code SGPN.
Do people actually wear non-polarized sunglasses?
I mean, you're in
Crazy
Florida.
people.
You're in Florida, where the answer is no. But in other places, people wear. I mean, people wear frames without even having lenses in them in California. Lots of strange things happen out here. Anyway,
strange things.
Sean, are you stepping out to the stage first, or am I? Because I will tell you this: in the lead up to the lineup, I've been frazzled by a couple comments. And so,
really?
Yeah, I think so. I've completely lost confidence in my lineup, and I'm already pivoting.
What do you got?
Well, I mean, I'll start with the positive. I came into this, and it's like, if I know one thing about one thing, Sean, in football, I love the Q next to a guy.
Okay.
Keeps his ownership down. Well, I think sucking does too.
Yes.
So and expensive, overpriced guys do too. So I love that I heard Steve say that playing John Rahm at the very top of the board would be a nice way to potentially build a good lineup and be contrarian. And it lines up with my March Madness. Just be chalky. Let's go. John Rahm. We'll call him G1, golfer 1. I was gonna. I'll be honest. I had Rory in here, but I got scared after Capper said it was like there was a personal thing, so I didn't want to create any sort of awkward conversation. John Rahm, 11,800.
Steve, how say you?
I mean, I went through all the reasons why I like Rahm this week. I think he's going to recover off the tee. Everything else about his game has been great.
Right. You can't be celebrating. John
a couple
Rahm
other notes about Sawgrass with him. He was in the final group back in 2019 and just made a couple knuckleheaded decisions in the back nine. He's a different player now. I don't think he's actually going to make that change. He finished T9 back in 2021. Last year it didn't go out so great, but that was when he was having a lot of troubles around the green with his putter. So those are fixed in his game right now. I think the fact that he can club down a little bit. You have a lot of options at TPC Sawgrass, how you want to choose it. I like him this week.
Yeah. I mean, that was when we did our DFS show, that was my initial pick. Like, listen, if I'm going to get an ownership discount with Rahm, then I'm going to play Rahm because there's guys who I like in the 6s that I'm comfortable playing. I just don't see the ownership discount yet. So, I mean, and listen, with DFS in golf, you will see a 7 to 10% shift on ownership some nights on Wednesday at fucking 2 a.m. It's ridiculous. People literally wait to the last minute. They try to wait to the last this and that. It's like 12 o'clock for NFL, right? Everybody's trying to see where everything goes up in it. And listen, I don't hate it by any means at all, Ryan.
All right, that seems positive. Yeah, it does seem like the AI has entered the world of golf DFS and betting.
Yeah, but also no need to celebrate, Ryan. You gave out the most expensive guy.
What do you mean?
They're like,
it's a great play. They're saying it's a great play. It's a great play.
I didn't hear. Play. I didn't hear. Great.
Shut your mouth.
I didn't hear great in that.
I won't speak when it's your turn.
All right, my turn. I'm up on the tee. My first pick. Give me Max Homa at $9,900. I'll tell you why. Top strokes gained around the greens last 50 rounds. We got Max Homa right in there. Putter has been working well for Max Homa. Ranks third in strokes gained, putting on POA greens. Southern California roots make him an expert on that type of surface. These are all my personal individual notes. He seems like a good play, and I don't know, 9,900. Is he going to be super chalky, Capper? What's your take on Max Homa?
So I'm going to let Steve talk to you about the grass wrongness that you just talked about.
Yes,
but
I probably will.
I'm also going to tell you, Sean, I know how superstitious you are.
Yeah.
And you're not in the golf bubble. And there is a curse that is undeniable and has crushed the person every single time. And that curse is on Max Homa this week.
Max Homa's cursed. All right. So probably not a great play. Steve, what's your take on Max Homa?
So you got to the right answer on the grass thing through the wrong road. So what you're referring to with California Poana is not the Poa Trivialis, but Max Homa actually has been pretty good on the overseeded course. He has a really good finish at Valspar that's overseeded. He won at Quail Hollow. Those had overseeded greens as well when they played it back in May. So there are examples of times that you get them to an overseeded golf course. Some of the West Coast guys actually do prefer, an overseeded golf course because it takes a lot of the grain out of Bermuda. They're not really used to that. So, but like my co-host said, there is a very strong curse against this guy. Otherwise, everything you said about him is perfectly fine. He is a 13th place finisher last year. Really good with his irons. The driver has been a huge weapon for him. I worry a little bit about taking that out of his hands though this week. But everything you said is great, except for the fact that he has mystical forces around him.
Yeah, I mean, think about Mush walking up to me, telling me in Vegas that we're not going to score another fucking point in 2 quarters. It's that strong, and then they don't score another point in 2 fucking quarters.
He tried to reverse jinx it, and he just walked right into it.
I wanted to murder your cousin Ryan, and now we're good friends.
I look as someone who's related to him. Sometimes there are those moments where it's like. You're like, I don't actually believe in these powers, but sometimes you make me believe they might be real.
All right. So do I swap to
no.
Okay.
Stay strong.
All right. I'll stick with Max Homa.
You're beautiful.
I'm not scared of the curse.
Hey, if Lizzo has taught us anything, you're beautiful.
All right, Kramer, who's your next golfer? G2.
All right. I'm going all over the board here because I just want to, I'm too excited to get to this guy. Cause when I saw how good he's playing lately, I said, oh, fuck me. You're telling me I can put Ricky Fowler in my DFS lineup and they can't make fun of me? Maybe they'll make fun of me. 7,500. He's playing great right now. Sean, putting used to be a big problem. Now he's just clawed his way up to 63rd. And I think I want to say Steve earlier said that this is all about the approach shot. Maybe you said that, maybe you didn't, but he's 6th on the tour and strokes gained with the approach. He's been in good form lately, including a top 10 in Phoenix. All right, roast me. I love this man still.
All right, who's going?
You
first?
Go, Steve. You go first. You're always direct and right to the point.
I remember. I think I got it the first time I came to this podcast. I roasted you about Ricky Fowler and actually blew up in my face. I have a very long memory when I'm wrong, and I was wrong then, so I apologize to you.
Oh, right. No worries.
Right. You're right. The iron play has been really good. He's undergone a lot of swing changes. He was in the dumps for a while. It's really proven well. I mean, top 10 at Phoenix, and 11th at Farmers, a T2 at Zozo. Thankfully, he was T2 because we both had Keegan Bradley to win that tournament, and we were very happy that he choked at the end, like he normally does.
Thank God.
Some nits about Ricky Fowler though. He's been a little loose off the tee a little bit. He lost a lot of strokes off the tee at Phoenix. Did not drive the ball all that great last week at Bay Hill. And other than his win at the Players, his performances there haven't been all that great either. So was that just a flash in the pan? Can he actually have another good finish? But otherwise, though, I mean, the guy is playing really solid golf. I don't know, Capper, you have a little bit better pulse on where the ownership's going to be. I mean, we'll see with him. But but he's playing really good.
We'll
I have nothing bad to say about the player Ricky Fowler right now.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't hate it. He's just gonna be chalky. The problem is like there's a no. I mean, it's fine. So you started contrarian with Ram. So
wait, is he really gonna be chalky? Come on.
Yeah, so like
he's not gonna be
this
uber away
chalky.
from me. Come on.
He's not gonna be like uber chalk. Like there's a guy at the same price that's gonna be 175% of his ownership, right? So like 17 to 10%.
All right.
Yeah,
you have chalky guys.
He's got Connors right there too to take up some ownership as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Connor's below. So I mean, he won't be like chalk, but here's what I never like going back to guys who did it all with their putter the week before. And that's what he did at the API. And off the tee, he's a little squirrely, but listen, I mean, I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's like a C. It's like your mom saying good job on the app project.
Better than a not good job.
C's get degrees.
Right, I'm still feeling confident. You're up, Sean.
Oh, I'm confident because this next gentleman, he's succeeded at this course. He's won the Players Championship before. Again, he's also in the top strokes gained around the greens last 50 rounds.
Okay,
and he's got a chip on his shoulder, taking the flamethrower out to the live golfers. Give me Justin Thomas at $9,400. Steve?
Oh no, they don't like this at all.
So this is a painful subject for me because I bet Justin Thomas last week, and I made a really good case for him. It actually came true after 36 holes. He has been really good in really difficult windy conditions lately. And last week at Bay Hill, he's on the wrong side of a draw. It was 20, 30 mile per hour winds. He was incredible on Friday. Hit the ball really good on Saturday too in tough conditions, but couldn't make a putt. So I woke up on Sunday. I'm like, you know what? It's Justin Thomas's time. I have seen this movie before. Can't make a putt on Saturday. Couple back heading into Sunday, and he's just going to take this thing. And everything sucked. Everything was awful, and I unstarred him on my leaderboard very quickly. So I am a little biased against JT. Now I've tried to temper that. I understand that sometimes I'm a week early on some guys. He is on my card, not as an outright bet, but he's on my card somewhere. Look, when you get him on positional golf courses that put a premium on really good iron play, the fact that he's such a good scrambler too, especially if the green regulation rate's a little lower because of the higher rough. I mean, JT is a good fit for this golf course. I think he's going to be pretty popular, though. Yeah. Just the fact he showed a little bit of form last week. He was struggling for a while. The fact he kind of showed a little bit last week, he's former winner here. I can see a pretty high ownership. But as far as the player, I mean, if he finishes top 10 here, that's definitely not a surprise.
Capper?
Yeah. So I mean, look, we're going for 3 winners in a row, right? Calling it on our podcast. We had JT, Cam. So this year we're going for the next winner. Okay.
Flex.
So I thought about JT, but for as far as DFS goes, you took like the 2 chalkiest players in the 9s. So you're going to have to get different somewhere else as far as like roster construction goes.
You can do that.
Oh yeah.
And everything he said about JT is right. And he left out the part that this motherfucker can't putt into the ocean. Like he is a very, very poor putter. Like he is like when you have money on him and you're and because the PGA doesn't want to show the shots of the good players and you're on a stupid little app and you get like a JT's to 6 feet and you're refreshing like a fucking crackhead trying to see if he makes the putt because you have no confidence that he's going to make that fucking 5-foot putt. Right. There's certain guys you do, JT, you do not. So you're constantly refreshing, driving, doesn't matter. You're like, what's happening? Well, I got my knee on the steering wheel. It's fine. Did JT
very,
make the putt?
Very personal.
Yeah, there's a lot of texts I've received from Capper after JT steps to the 5. He's like, oh, he's going to miss it. And then JT misses it. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
He's getting the pain out of the way by sending stuff my way before it actually.
Happy I feel like I avoided a bullet. I may have had Justin Thomas in the line.
Kramer, what do you got?
All right. I will admit this is chalky, but staying on brand and on theme. When I saw, holy fucking shit, my guy, man from down under, not pick Dundee, Jason Day, captain of the drip squad, he's balling out. For how many straight top 10s? 4.
Yep.
Sean, this is a chalk play because I don't think the price matches the outright odds or any of the odds. So 8,000. We're getting some dust around here, but Jason Day had to go right next to Ricky Fowler in terms of guys that I fucking love. All right, Capper, you're up first. Tell me why.
Yeah,
Jay,
I mean, look,
his back's
right.
healthy. I'm sure.
He is the chalk play of the AK. I mean, you are looking at 20% plus.
Okay, that sounds bad, but I'm on it.
Yeah, and look, yeah. So I mean, you're fine with Fowler coming in kind of low, and Rahm not being uber chalk either. That's fine. And listen, I mean, I don't know how you can argue against Day, right? Past winner, coming in good form. You can throw out the last missed cut.
So what happened? He took a trip to Germany or something? Like, how did this get sorted out?
Always had like back. So there's a couple different theories, right? He's always had back problems. He had that weird vertigo shit where he was like falling over at one point, and then there's the point that he just might not like fucking golf. Like he quit. He like
that's the kind of guy you want in your lineup.
Yeah, he's withdrawn from tournaments and like been seen at Disney World with his kids. Like, fuck it, I don't want to play this weekend. So like he went on this amazing tear where he was like just winning everything, top fiving everything, and just crushed everything. And it was like, and then he just kind of disappeared, right? And a lot of it was because of injury. And as Paulie from the Sprouts say, he fucked up his back, and nobody knows anything about backs, right, Steve? And yeah, I mean, listen, I don't hate it. I mean, he's 20%. So right. I mean,
3 straight. I don't hate
chalky
it.
Yet,
Steve,
so
what do you got on him?
Well, first I want to say, number one, this is definitely a friends and family lineup for Kramer here. I mean, John Rahm, because you were all over him at the U.S. Open. You got Ricky, you got Day. This has to be probably the 12th straight time we've done DFS Idol. You've been on Jason Day, always on the drip squad. So, let me remind you of the fact the injury history. The guy used to actually blow into balloons to reset his ribs. I just want to throw that in the ether. But look, playing great. He's really improved his driving. Not like he was always kind of a long hitter, but he's hitting a lot of fairways out. That actually, I think what's been going on too is, there is that rumor that, he isn't really in love with the game of golf. But a couple of years ago, I saw a video of his. He actually built this giant like golf simulator and like a couple holes in his backyard. And to me, that seemed like he was trying to rededicate his game. Maybe he wanted to get back on top. And he, got with a new swing coach. He's made some swing changes to alleviate some of the pain in his back, and showing in the results. He has been absolutely incredible, going all the way back to the Shriners. I mean, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 top 20s, including like 5 top 10s in that stretch. The iron play has been solid, not elite, but solid. It's been good enough. But the fact he's so good around the green, putting really well now, right off the tee. I mean, there's a reason why he is chalk this week, considering he's a past winner and really good at Sawgrass. So again, I mean, you're eating a little bit of chalk here, and he's a very popular outright bet this week. But yeah, I mean, I think Jason Day is back. I enjoy it. Like when I first started gambling on golf, I was gambling back in 2015, and Jason Day was always very kind to me. So the fact he's playing really well again, I can't hate on the guy.
The heartstrings are pulling.
All right. Speaking of friends and family, this guy, I can't tell you how many times I've talked to Steve about this golfer over the years, but this is his time. Last year at the TPC Sawgrass, he shot a 66.
Ooh, okay.
He was the co-leader for a little while. He's had a 65 here. He really has had his moments on the TPC Sawgrass. I think he's coming back with a vengeance. He's only $7,900. Give me Tommy Fleetwood, Steve.
Oh, there it is.
Steve, it's a good pick. It's Tommy Fleetwood's time to shine.
Talk about another guy that screwed me out of money last week. So, look, I'm actually, I made this joke on our show tonight. I'm actually going back to Fleetwood because I feel like he owes me money.
Yes.
Which is a terrible way to bet, considering the guy's never met me, and I think he owes me money. But look, he hit the ball great last week. Just couldn't putt. It was really triggering, like kind of watching the shot tracker too, seeing him hit him like 7 feet, just missing that putt. But really good history at Sawgrass here. Really good history overall in Florida. Like a lot of these types of European golfers with a really nice tight draw, vanilla boring ball strikers tend to do well at these types of tracks. He definitely fits that bill. So I think he's drawing like moderate ownership because he did kind of burn people a little bit last week. I think he was very popular at Bay Hill. But I mean, he did finish, I think, like 20th at Riviera recently. He put the ball well there. We'll see. Maybe a return to friendlier confines might be a little friendlier to Tommy Fleetwood this week.
Oh, nice job, Sean.
I buried my hatchet with Fleetwood last year. I used to fucking hate him. So here's something you should bet. So first round leaders, I'll have my video series out tomorrow. Right? For
This
all
sounds nice.
Yes.
But
Subscribe to the Golf Gambling Podcast YouTube channel.
The artiste
That's
formerly known as Boston Capper.
There's a very strong trend for first round leader. The last 4 years, they've all gone off on 10 in the morning. You know who's had 2 of those first round leaders? One of them got chopped, but you know who has 2? Tommy fucking Fleetwood.
Let's go.
And you can get him at 75 to 1. And guess where he's going off tomorrow? 10 in the morning. He is going off at 7:12 in the morning. And you can get 75 to 1 first round leader, Tommy Fleetwood.
And wait, tomorrow you mean Thursday though, right?
Thursday. Sorry, yeah, Thursday.
Oh, you were confused.
No, you were blowing my mind there. So I'm going to count that as a huge win, Ryan. Who's your fourth golfer?
I think we're both doing pretty good right now. Thanks for asking. Sean spelling team TIIM again. All right.
I said it was a huge win for me. I'm not rooting for you. I'm rooting for my own lineup.
I think it's important for us to both keep our self-esteem up, as these judges are often cruel to us. All right. I have no idea, but based on the little bit of smattering of poking around the interwebs, maybe also another chalky guy on my team. I'm feeling sad about this, but I have some trivia, Sean. There's one guy who has made the cut in the last 5 players.
God damn it!
Do you know who it is, Sean? One guy.
All my bets are fucked.
Uh-oh. One guy. These guys know who it is. It's Keegan Bradley.
Really?
One guy.
This is like when you're at the shopping mall or the grocery store.
Keegan Bradley was also on my list. So,
and the cashier is like, "Have you guys heard about the Bitcoin? Should I invest in the Bitcoin?" The fact that you guys are referencing a fucking made cut prop for my favorite golfer in the world.
I had my note about Keegan Bradley and how he's done in Pete Dye venues. He's one of the top guys.
Top-notch research team.
All right, so grade both are Keegan Bradley at the same time, and I'll decide whether or not I want to bail on him. Steve, Keegan Bradley.
I mean, look, on paper,
oh no,
it looks really good. I mean, obviously, really good history at
Siwoo Kim. It is Siwoo Kim.
Driving it really well. I mean, now he's finally learned how to putt. That was never a thing with Keegan, but yeah, I listen. I think any guy who gambles on golf is really superstitious. And the fact that now this little nugget has made it to the mainstream, to your guys' desks, that is doomed to fail. So
wow,
I love how we're
also
TMZ golf
on my betting card that I'm probably just going to write off at this point. And
I have them outright. I got them in matchups, fucking top 20s.
All right,
he's calling us. I think they're calling us snorkelers.
I've officially put in Siwoo Kim.
Okay,
he was. Walk us through Siwoo Kim.
Well, by the way, I love my play.
Okay.
And I love that they're scared of how strong our powers are.
It's not even about you. It's the fact that you're not in this weird little.
It's what we represent.
You know how many
is that what you're saying? What do you mean when you say you people?
Wow.
I mean, you non-golf nerds. Like,
that's fair.
You should not know a fucking if a miscut streak, that should not be like normal public knowledge. That should just be fucking like for like the weirdos who deep dive the fucking John Deere like we do.
Oh, Capper, if only you knew. It's very easy for me to have my cousin just give me a couple nuggets to get into your skin so hard.
Is this his fault?
Quote, Keegan Bradley is Capper's binky.
Fair take.
That's a fair take. All right, so it sounds like that's not the worst take. Sean, you want to go?
Wait, so no. So listen, if you guys only did that shit just to fuck with me,
I still love the play.
I wasn't involved.
Then I love the play.
I wasn't involved in the fucking. I'm just putting in Siwoo Kim instead because I don't want to be on this. I don't want to be on Kramer's guys.
I love the value and I love the content. So.
There you go. That's a double win.
John, bad news for you. Siwoo Kim is my other binky.
Okay. That I know, and I'm fine with that because he's not getting the general hype that Keegan is getting. My next guy though that I do want an opinion on. Again, he's also a guy top strokes gain tee to green on Pete Dye venues, and that is Mr. Adam Scott. He's 7,700. Steve, this feels like a good pick.
Well, first I'll go back to Siwoo Kim for a second. I mean, just like what I said with Jason David Kramer, it wouldn't be DFS idle if you didn't have Siwoo Kim in your life. I think that's probably the 15th time that you've had him.
Well,
but otherwise, I mean, listen, like Siwoo Kim's that's a fine pick. I have nothing bad to say. So as far as Adam Scott, I actually like him this week too. He showed a little bit of form last week at Bay Hill. He was in the mix going into Saturday. Weekend kind of got away from him. But overall, former Players Champion, really good at TPC Sawgrass. He's been good at Wyndham as well. There's been a weird crossover between guys who've been good at Wyndham and here. He arguably should have won that tournament a couple of years ago. But I mean, I think he's starting to come around a little bit into form. It's not the sexiest name, but it seems like it should be pretty solid. I don't think he's getting a lot of ownership this week either. There's a lot of other, silver toy, like shiny toys in that range. So I think Adam Scott's a fine, solid pick for this tournament.
Yeah, there you go. Any Adam Scott thoughts, Capper?
No, he's got good course history here. He's a solid guy. He's just another guy that's like when you bet him, he's very stressful because he's another one where you can't even trust a 3-foot putt with him. But I don't know. He played okay at the API, at the Genesis. Other than that, he had a bunch of top 30s in a row. He's somebody who, like, yeah, I mean, at 7,700, he's not going to kill you. He's not going to win it for you, but he's not going to kill you either.
Kramer, what do you got?
All right, I'm going to go way off the board because I found
this is our last golfer.
No,
right?
I have two guys.
Okay. Oh, because I tossed in Siwoo Kim there.
I have. All right, so I found there's a guy named Kramer who plays golf.
What?
Yeah.
Hickok.
Yeah, Kramer Hickok, $6,000. Last two outings, tied 29th, tied 14th. Made his cut in his first two Players appearances, and he's number 27 in driving accuracy for courses less than 7,200 yards. Obviously, the research team doing extra hard work. So had to say. Needed to save some money for some maneuvers after the McElroy incident earlier, and also figured a way for me to get a little different. Any chance this guy makes the cut, Steve?
I mean, I think he definitely can. I mean, you just referenced he's been okay at Sawgrass. I mean, I think his biggest moment in the PGA Tour career came at TPC River Highlands when he lost an 8-hole playoff to Harris English, and
what a sweat!
Also, it's. TPC River Highlands is a fake Pete Dye, but it's got some Pete Dye principles. But I mean, he's really good there. Usually, guys been good at Highlands, been good at Sawgrass. Hit his irons okay. Actually, one of the things I picked up last week watching the telecast is that guys sometimes have a little bit of trouble chipping off of this overseeded ryegrass. It's a little sticky. He's actually been pretty good chipping around the green with overseeded ryegrass. So you know what? That actually might be okay this week for $6,000. If he just makes the cut, that's all you're really looking for. That's a nice little find down in that range.
Wow. All right. Nice little find. That staggers in my heart.
That is
Capper, say something horrible about this.
I can't because I kind of agree. Like I was rooting so hard for Hickok when he lost that fucking playoff to Goober, whose name is Harris English. And
nice.
It's just. Yeah, I mean, Steve makes a good point. He is good with these little sticky greens, and I mean, look, he's played good his last two events, and it's not with the putter. It looks like it's tee to green, so his irons are firing. He likes to Pete Dye. I think Kramer might have just put somebody
$1 million lineup.
All right, I got to top this.
All right, we got one left.
My last golfer. He is he's from Georgia.
Okay.
So again, that's close to Florida where this event's being played.
Yep.
He's only $7,400. He's done well at TPC Sawgrass. He's 3 for 4 in terms of making the cut there, including a top 13 last season. Pretty good strokes gained tee to green. Give me Keith Mitchell.
Oh wow! Nothing.
Steve, what do you got on Keith Mitchell?
Chirp.
Well, actually, that wasn't the guy I thought you were going to go with there. So I had to pull up Keith Mitchell's page there. Look, I love Keith Mitchell.
Corey Connors was the guy who almost got in.
I actually thought you were going Sepp Straka there.
Oh,
really
okay.
Off the board. So,
yeah.
But Keith Mitchell, listen, I love Keith Mitchell. He is driving the shit out of the ball lately.
Yes.
Just the fact that he has a really good combination of distance and accuracy. Now the driver is going to be taken a little bit out of his hands, but I mean, he showed last year with a really good finish at Sawgrass. He's driven the ball really well here. Good history on tough Florida golf courses. He won the Honda Classic. He's just been really solid. And I had a positional bet on him last week, and it looked pretty bleak, but he really grinded on the back nine to cash it for me. Didn't cash for you, but cashed for me.
Yeah, did not cash for me. Couldn't get into that top 20 because the prick couldn't make a fucking putt.
Well,
Wow,
you know what?
okay.
I mean, he hit enough iron shots to do well for me. So listen, I am very fond of Keith Mitchell. I think he's going to get a little bit of ownership. He tends to be he's a little popular lately, but I think he's a fine player. I have nothing bad to say about that pick.
Wow, that's great. I stumped Steve. Nothing bad to say about him.
Wow. Oh.
Capper, what about you?
Well, he fucked me out of a top 20 last week.
So now I like him more.
Yeah, I mean, look, everything Steve says right, man. He's a great driver of the golf ball. He plays really well on Bermuda, not true Bermuda. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't hate it. It's fine. Like, yeah, it's fine.
Wow. All right. You ready for this one?
Yes.
So I just to ensure that I have a nice positive outcome at the end, I have saved a little money, Sean. All right. What if I told you over his last 24 rounds, he ranks 4th in shots gained tee to green. He ranks 2nd in shots gained approach.
It's a slam dunk.
And he's just just an American hero who once played on a broken ankle or really badly rolled ankle at the Masters after he rolled his ankle celebrating at the par 3 at the Masters. I'm hoping I picked the right guy because it came down to a little 3-card Monty between Zalatoris, Hovland, and my guy Tony Finau. I went with Finau. Did I make the right choice, Steve?
So there's some guys
You can just see it in his face.
who just doesn't like TPC Sawgrass. Like I mentioned at the top of the show, it's a very weird golf course, and Finau might be one of those guys. Now, listen, on paper, he should be good here. Like, really efficient off the tee, a little bit more with distance, although he's improved his accuracy lately. Tremendous with his irons. He's really improved the putting. He's been better, on some, Bermuda golf courses. Now, this is on overseed. He hasn't had a great track record on some of these overseeded golf courses before, either chipping or putting. And he just hasn't been very good at Sawgrass. And I think that is telling for a guy that talented. Look, like, Sawgrass is very volatile. Sometimes you'll get a top 5 out of a guy. Sometimes you'll get a miscut, but the fact he hasn't really done anything of note at this tournament is a little discouraging. So, I think guys like Zalatoris and Hovland are a little more popular. I am much higher on them this week. But listen, I don't think Finau is drawing a lot of ownership just because the course history stinks here. So
yes.
Who knows? I mean, he is a different player now. Maybe he can do a little better.
He's hot right now. Capper.
So the ownership's not that much difference between him, Hovland, and Zalatoris. I'm gonna echo my esteemed co-host statements. I would much rather play
Hovland. It is. There it is.
Because look, but listen, he came out like in my model as far as like off the tee, good drives gained, approach numbers, and like proximity shots. I mean, he came out number 2 in my model. It's just the course history scares me a little bit, and his history on overseed. I'm not a model guy. I'm a gut handicapper. The stats just kind of help me, and I will ignore the model, and I'm going to ignore Tony Finau this week.
All right. Well, now I have to play a lineup with Tony Finau and a lineup with Victor Hovland just to make sure. But I'm pissed off I didn't save Kramer Hickok to the end because that was the highlight of the show for me.
That's your highlight,
dude. That's a great pull, man.
Yeah.
Great pull.
I mean, pulling out a $6,000 guy. Are you kidding me? That's Tariq Cohen right there, Sean.
There you go. Hey,
I'll tell you, win $1 million.
Let's close things out with some final picks. Any sort of props you want to give out, Kramer? I'll give you the first honors here.
Well, it sounds like I need to play Kramer Hickok now.
Yeah.
To do so, what is it? Should we just have him make the cut? Or I would assume
he's not even going to be available on any book to make the cut.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
they're not going to allow
probably
that.
your best bet's probably either top 20 or top 40 market.
I don't even know if he's going to be. Well, he'll be available in the top. Yeah, he'll be available in those. I'd go top 40. He's not even going to be available on Make Miss the Cut.
All right. So to win it all, I certainly No. I'm gonna give you out a guy to win it all. I'm obviously gonna be on Jason Day. I think I saw that was 30-1. Yeah. And you know what? Because he is quote Capper's binky. Why aren't we betting on Keegan Bradley to win this thing? And then I mean, I guess it sounds like we're betting Tommy Fleetwood first round leader.
Yep. I'm also on that.
It sounds like Kramer Hickok first round leader. Obviously, is that going to be offered? You think?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it'll definitely offer. Let me just while you guys are talking, I'll check the tee time real quick.
Yeah, that's a better if you're looking for the long shot Kramer Hickok stuff.
Oh, that's it.
It's probably a very small market for that. I would say first round leader is probably where you want to go with that.
Better see if he's even going off in the morning.
Yeah, and then who was the other guy that I had listed out that I gave? Oh, Ricky Fowler. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna do a Ricky Fowler definitely won't win, but Ricky Fowler. What do you think Ricky Fowler top 20 is, Sean?
Ricky Fowler top 20 plus 250.
There we go.
Really?
Nailed it.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
Should get some sort of prize for that.
That's it. That's enough golf bets for me. And then I'll obviously just gonna tail whatever Steve and Capper put out on social.
Yeah, that's why I got to say subscribe to the Golf Gambling Podcast. Smash that subscribe button for the Golf Gambling Podcast. Get them over on YouTube. Tons more video content coming. All right, here's what we got for my first round leaders. Give me Tommy Fleetwood. Give me Corey Connors. Corey Connors 50-1. It's a Canadian guy. You can trust the Canadians early. No.
Jesus.
I'm gonna put out a make the cut parlay. Tommy Fleetwood's at like -175 to make the cut. Parlay him with Keith Mitchell at -235. Should get a nice price there, assuming your book allows you to parlay to make the cut props. And then I got Siwoo Kim as an outright winner at 55-1 and Tommy Fleetwood at 85-1 to win it all and take home that TPC Sawgrass Players Championship. That'll do it for me. Steve, Capper, thank you guys so much for coming on.
Always, fellas.
Yeah, good times as always. Putting out, like I said, ton of content. The Discord is a great place to hang out as well. Got a lot of chatter in there for the big tournaments. And again, follow them on Twitter at Golf Gambling Podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like I said, tons of stuff coming. And make sure you enter into our contest, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/golf party, so you can hang out with Kramer and I in Las Vegas, watch the Masters. You get a free hotel at the Circa Las Vegas, August 5th to August 8th.
Thank you for participating in the sports.
Why do I keep saying August? Thank you. April 5th to April 8th.
It's football, Sean. Come on.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green, and he is Ryan.
We didn't formally address it, but I feel like I won that one. Thank you.
Kramer, let it ride.